preppers often talk about how long of a time period that we have before chaos would set on the streets after a major event of some kind. And, there's a lot of debate as to the length of time. Some people would say immediately, some people would say 72 hours. I think it really depends on what the event is to begin with, and then I think it can kind of go from there, and it depends on where you live. I think the whole question is nothing but one big variable that only each one of us can answer at the time, because again, we don't know what the stimulus is going to be. So we have seen how minor events throughout the world have caused people to, pretty much lose it. We've got a story coming out of the UK, and now understand, there's a shortage, which is being reported as a self-induced shortage of fuel in the UK. Now, I can't say whether that is or is not true, whether it's actually self-induced or not. However, I don't know that the situation is necessarily what you would call dire over there as far as fuel. I know that many gas stations are completely out. I know that, there's talks of the military delivering the fuel. And now we are seeing violence start to pop up at these gas stations. So let's jump into this article that I came across this morning out of RT. It's titled, Man Pulls Knife on Motorist in Heated Argument at Petrol Station Queue Amid UK Fuel Shortage Frenzy. And I'll remind folks that this is an article out of the UK, so you're going to have words that are more British than they are American, so bear with me. An enraged motorist pulled an object resembling a knife on another driver when in a blocked queue at a fuel station in the UK capital amid Britain's fuel supply crisis that has left 90% of pumps dry in parts of the country. Now, mind you, this is an event that people can see a better day coming, or most likely a better day coming. This isn't a type of situation to where all power's been cut off, communication's been cut off, and everything else, so that nobody knows anything on, There's still communication going on, and violence is already breaking out. So anyway, continuing on. On Monday, a video purported to show a furious driver brandishing what appeared to be a knife at a petrol garage in Welling, southeast London. While wielding the weapon, the man shouted at the other motorist, who he accused of trying to cut the long queue for fuel. After an intense exchange of words, the man was carried several feet across the street on the bonnet of the car, the hood for those that don't know. He had just approached with a sharp object. He then proceeded to kick the driver's door and booted the vehicle wing's mirror, the door's mirror. So this is that video. I mean, it's not extreme violence happening at this point, but tensions are certainly high, and I'm sure they'll get heated even more if the issue doesn't get taken care of. The article goes on to say the Metropolitan Police said it had been called around 2:30 p.m. local time to reports on a disturbance involving two motorists outside a petrol garage in Bellingrove Road, Welling. Police officers arrived at the scene and found no trace of either vehicle involved in the commotion. No injuries were reported, no suspects were identified, the Met said, but added it would review the footage circulating online as part of our ongoing inquiries. Britain has been whipped into a frenzy after experiencing a depletion in fuel. However, on Tuesday, Transport Secretary Grant Shapps told journalists they were the very There were the first very tentative signs of stabilization. He stressed, though, that this won't be reflected in the queues yet, but it's the first time we've seen more petrol in the petrol stations. Late on Monday, UK Defence Secretary Ben Wallace said the British military was on standby to deploy trucks and drivers to assist during the crisis. On the same day, the Petrol Retailers Association claimed that its members had reported between 50 to 90% of pumps running empty in some areas. So, again, this video is not only about the article and the goings-on over there in the UK, this particular incident, but just to, once again, to show you how quickly things can spiral out of control. And like I say, this isn't what I would call a hard SHTF, because people can see light at the end of the tunnel. You take away the light at the end of that tunnel, and I guarantee you people are going to go crazy a lot quicker. So this is something that we all need to think about, something that we all need to consider, something that we need to, add into our SHTF plans, if you will. I think a lot of people are going to be shocked at just how quickly things turn south, at how little stimuli. Okay, I think that when things, and I firmly believe that in most nations across the world, that things are about to take one heck of a ride, and I firmly believe that, especially here in the United States, once we first start that ride right from the very get-go, it's going to get crazy fast, because we live in a society that is everybody gets a trophy and we get everything right now society, and that's going to change quickly, very quickly, and there are a lot of individuals that simply are not going to respond very well to it. Anyway, make sure you're prepared not to have to deal with those people, and you should be doing pretty good. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great day. Shalom.